trick-or-treating, but it wouldn't surprise me if there's a bunch of, like, Spider-Man costumes this year.
Yeah, well, my little sister can vouch for that because she's dressed up as Spider-Gwen. If you saw my picture of her I posted
yeah,
on
I did, but I was saying in general, I just have a feeling, because of how popular Spider-Man's been this year, there's probably going to be a lot of Spider-Man-related costumes.
Well, not only that, it's also Halloween where the Across the Spider-Verse is now on Netflix, by the way.
Yep. Which is kind of, like, ironic, the movie releasing on Halloween.
Yep.
Because it's not really a Halloween movie.
Yeah, it really is not.
Because I don't really remember any scenes in there relating to being set around Halloween unless I missed something.
Who knows? Happy fucking Halloween, ladies and gentlemen. And also with me is Long Live the Spider-Verse. If you fucking idiots wouldn't mind subscribing to this, man. I mean, come on, stop being a lazy bunch of fucks.
Especially since I beat the crap out, died a bunch of times, but I beat the crap out of Dr. Kurt Connors in his lizard form last night on ultimate difficulty.
So, do you actually want me to watch that video of that female YouTuber you sent a link to? So, because
that's up to you if you wanted to watch it, but I liked watching it. Not for that reason that you're thinking. I just thought she was.
I wasn't thinking of anything else. Because you mentioned that she even dressed up in Spider-Man outfits, and I was like,
yeah, because she's got a black outfit, like a black suit, but then she also said sometimes she'll switch it out with the red and blue suit, so.
Makes sense.
Hubris. It defeats us all.
And she was even playing it with the limited edition, like, Spider-Man 2 controller, the one that I've got.
Nice. If anyone asks me, no, I did not bother getting the Spider-Man faceplate or limited controller thing. It's not like I didn't want to get it, but then again, depends on where.
You didn't want to like you didn't want to have to stay up like me and Mr. Beastacks did in order to secure one.
Yeah, plus, then again, because they will be selling out like fucking hotcakes, it would be the fucking point. So, plus, I was just more excited to play the game than just have a Fiend controller. Would I like that?
I'm lucky that I got the controller at least. I didn't get the plates, but I'm glad I at least got one of the controllers. Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I think it's cool and all, but I'm guaranteeing I could just maybe find one on the online store, like 100% guarantee, but do I see myself getting one? Maybe, maybe not. I'm just happy to finally play the fucking game. Now we just need to wait for some DLCs, and then... Actually, what are the chances in the DLCs they give us more returning suits for some reason?
Yeah, like, people think we're gonna get some of the, maybe not all, but some of the suits that didn't make it back in from the first couple of games.
Yeah, but
like, even though they gave us some already for both Peter and Miles, people think we're gonna get some of the others that didn't make the cut.
Okay, clear for now.
Well, then again, Miles doesn't have that many suits that can make a return in his own game. They picked quite a handful to do, so... Yeah, I just made a ham sandwich to eat because
And I got McDonald's because that's what my mom got me for today.
Yeah, well, my folks are gonna be eating chicken pot pie, and I'm not a chicken pot pie person, so I'm just... Even though I haven't tried it, I'm just not gonna do it because I'm not really interested in it. But as long as I ate something, maybe I don't have to... I'm a little bit more focused. Plus, both my folks are here, so they can be out doing the trick-or-treating thing instead of me. Or, not trick-or-treating, hanging out the candy.
Yeah, my mom's gonna be answering the door for me, so... Like, she doesn't mind answering the door to hand out the candy.
Yeah, the only time I technically have to answer the door for trick-or-treaters is when if they were with my little sister, but she's with a group of her friends, so... Yeah.
I don't mind, like, handing out the candy, but at the same time, I'd rather not be, like, the one to do it, not because I'm, like, lazy or anything.
Yeah, that's the same with me. I really don't mind doing it. It's just... Around our neck of the woods, we don't get that many trick-or-treaters, so I don't see, like, what's the point sometimes, like...
Plus, we're probably not going to get a lot of trick-or-treaters this time anyway, because it was snowing for us today, so that means that it's kind of somewhat icy out and freezing, so I doubt there's going to be a lot of trick-or-treaters.
Yeah. They better add the ability to change the weather from the update when they add New Game Plus, because I think it just makes sense to wear the suits that glow in the dark, like in the dark, because they're okay in the daytime, but they just make more sense to wear in the dark. Like, take the anti-ox suit, for example. Like, this is meant to be worn in the dark, not in the daytime, because of
and
how...
also, just a heads up, there's an interaction, like, when Peter starts to get, like, more angry when he's got the black suit, unless you already knew. There's an interaction during one of the crimes where at the end he says, "Be grateful you can still walk."
I have noticed he says stuff...
I didn't know if you heard him say that, because he said that
No,
during my stream from last night. He was like, to the thugs at the end, "Be grateful you can still walk."
No, I don't... I might have, but I might not been listening. Most of the lines I heard him say, there's a new Spider-Man in town, and stuff like that, and...
And then one time I heard him say, like, "Get out of my city, like New York's closed."
I think I might have heard him say that, but I'm not 100% sure.
Because I noticed, and this may sound stupid, I noticed he starts to change and saying stuff during the crimes after the lizard hunt mission. That's the point in the story where when you do the crimes, he'll start to say different, not so friendly things.
Yep.
Because it's at that point after you're done doing the lizard hunt mission where MJ calls him, and then he says, "If Miles didn't mess up, we would have catched him. We would have caught him by now."
Well, yeah, but then again, he's still trying to save Harry, so...
But he kind of blamed it on Miles. He was like, if Miles brought his A game, Connors wouldn't have gotten away. And then MJ's like, you shouldn't blame it on him. And then he's like...
Well, then again, Miles still needs more experience, though. That's the thing, though.
Plus, the only reason he was saying that was because of the suit, so he wouldn't normally say something like that.
Yeah. You know, it is kind of funny, though, that technically all the Spider-Verse stuff is canon to the Insomniac Spider-Man, somehow. Like,
yeah. Like, you see one of the cut characters that was supposed to appear in Across the Spider-Verse, like, she appears at the end of that quest line where you get all the Spider-Bots.
Yeah, and hopefully some of the Spider-Bots with the different Spider-Man costume designs, they better make a appearance in the DLC. Like, I know a lot of people want Ben Reilly's sensational suit.
Would you not, let me ask you this, would you not mind some of the spider armors from the first game returning? Because they're not in the game right now.
I wouldn't mind. Then again, we got two Spider-Bots from the Spider Armors. We got the Mark II and Mark III, so...
If people want more Spider-Verse suits, like they want a 2099 suit based off of Across the Spider-Verse, but then on top of that, they also want the Peter Parker Spider-Verse suit to return.
All clear.
Because it was in the first game.
Well, yeah.
And I don't know if they would give us, you know, like a Peter B. Parker skin where he's in like that bathrobe. I don't know if they would do that.
No, they probably would just give him the one from Into the Spider-Verse where he has sweatpants before he got his suit fixed somehow.
Because I don't know how they could make the one with the bathrobe work in the game. It'd be funny, but I don't know. Because then people would be like, why don't they put a little Mayday with him? Like, I don't know how they could program her into the game.
Nah, I think it would make sense to replace Mayday with Spider-Ham because, like, that'd be endangering a child if you think about it. Because even Peter said some of the things he did were bad parenting. He even admits that he is not a good parent.
Yeah, but then he's still, the funny thing is, even though he admitted that he was a bad parent in the movie, at the end when
he takes Mayday,
like, her own team together, he brings Mayday with at the end of the movie.
Yeah, but MJ, I don't think his MJ's gonna be pissed because, like, she knows that he'll protect her with his life, so. I mean, it's not
I
like
don't
Peter.
think he would just mess up and let a canon event happen to her.
Yep.
Where'd those symbiotes
Like
come
where she
from?
gets killed or something.
You know, I just realized something for Insomniac Spider-Man. Hear me out. Okay, so he has not met this version of Gwen Stacy at all, correct?
You talking about like the one from Spider-Verse?
No, the Insomniac Spider-Man, the one we play as.
Well, they say something like,
Well, okay, you know how every version of Peter has the clone saga most of the time?
yeah, because somebody at Insomniac said before the game came out, like, who's to say Gwen doesn't exist in our universe, but then later on somebody else said, like, Gwen doesn't fit into our story at all, so it's hard to know what they mean.
Well, yeah, but the reason the clone saga happened because Miles Warren, aka the Jackal, had fame for Gwen, but he blamed Spider-Man for her death, even though that was Green Goblin. So that means Insomniac Peter, who's been Spider-Man for 8 years and also out of college, he has not experienced a clone saga canon event. So therefore, technically, there's no Ben Reilly in this universe. Maybe that's why we have the Scarlet Spider suits.
And some people thought I don't know why, some people are thinking now that Insomniac Spider-Man's canon event was him getting stabbed by Kraven and technically dying.
I don't know. Then again, what counts as a fucking canon event anymore? Because Gwen is surprised knowing that her dad's not with the police anymore, and yet her universe is still
Plus, I
in.
thought the whole point of like the canon event thing was you had to let like a police captain die.
Okay, so the white version of the anti-ox suit, the eyes and spider logos, they are glowing in a whitish blue, like a sky blue color. Okay. From the hub, it looks like they were just all the way white, like you couldn't see shit.
At least now we know that the events of Marvel's Spider-Man 2 totally take place before Across the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
That looked expensive, son.
Let's see. Like,
That's
actually,
kind of weird how in that movie he didn't. If the movie takes place after the game, how come Peter in the movie was just in his normal advanced suit 2.0? How come he wasn't in the anti-venom suit?
maybe he didn't feel like showing it off at the time. Plus, actually, you know what? Now this just occurred to me. What if, like, the events of Miles' game, like, because the Marvel Insomniac Spider-Man comics are also canon to the game, like, what if after the City That Never Sleeps DLC, like, Miles' game still happens, but then after Miles, like, maybe that's when Spider-Geddon happens, if you think about it.
Maybe even though they're saying Spider-Geddon wasn't canon to the game.
Actually, the person who showed the Insomniac Spider-Man the first Spider-Geddon comic saying it is canon, so...
Then you have other people that work at Marvel saying it's not canon.
Well, I say it fucking is, so fuck them. Plus, they could still get Peter more of his life story suits, like from issue 2, 3, 4, and 5, because he wears...
Plus, wouldn't it be kind of weird for... I'm not cutting you off, but wouldn't it be kind of weird for Spider-Geddon to be canon? Because in that storyline, Insomniac Peter gives Miles a new suit, but then when we play the Miles game, he makes his own suit in that game.
Wait, is there a comic panel of Peter showing he made a suit for Miles?
Yeah, that's what old Spidey told me, that he made that kind of like somewhat that suit that we see Miles make in his own game later on.
Or maybe Peter still get the idea to help. I mean, they could do a video call or something.
That was that part of the story is funny where Miles is trying to focus on writing his application thing, but then he gets a video call from Peter to go babysit some villains at the raft, and then he just gets up and is all excited to go help with that.
Yeah. Well, then
instead
again,
of
he.
like focus on his school.
Well, yeah, but then again, he wasn't expecting. He was only expecting Scorpion. He wasn't expecting Martin Lee.
Yep, and then when he saw Martin Lee, that started the whole revenge quest thing.
Well, for Miles, yeah, but actually, I guess they still didn't properly explain in the game, like, how come Miles' Venom powers are evolving, which I hate.
Not really. They didn't explain it like that well, but people think it was from him being like around Martin Lee. So
Yeah, but even though Martin said it's not because being around him, that's the thing, though, when you're doing that mission to help get Peter back up, like when you're in Peter's mind. I really
the
hate.
game didn't explain how they made their new suits either.
Yeah, which I was kind of hoping they did, but nope.
Symbiote's dropping in.
So maybe we'll have to find out in another whenever they come out with more issues for the experimental comic.
Yeah, if they're still planning on doing that, that is. That's what I still hoping, but then again, you know how Marvel is.
On to the next one.
I'm always around if you need some help.
Do you find it weird how come the symbiote surge thing that Peter, it sounds like an echo, like you're losing your hearing a little bit?
Maybe a little weird, but I thought they did that to make it more like terrifying, like, because when you punch the people, you hear them like gasping.
I'm not saying it's not cool or anything, it's just a little odd, but whatever. I don't understand why some people might say they don't think the game is bad. I say this game is fucking beautiful and they nailed it. True, the third act could have been a bit better, but it wasn't worse, so take it or leave it, fuckers.
Much longer.
I think people were just disappointed with how Venom was handled a little bit. Because I know people are saying he isn't really like Venom because he doesn't have a grudge against Spider-Man.
Yeah. But actually, you could tell, like, Harry and Venom were not pure symbiosis during that final act, too.
Anyone, please. There's an
But then again, I'm not gonna say like it's
Thank you so much.
bad or anything because we had to wait like 2.5 years for the game to come out, so.
Yeah, especially that they give us a reveal trailer in fucking 2021, and yet they made us wait an entire fucking year to get new information, and then 2023 hit, then we finally get some fucking information.
Here you go. Now you're in much better hands.
Hey, when you're saving people from the bus, has there been a couple of times where you take one of the people from the bus to an ambulance? Because that's what's happening to me right now.
I'll pay you back soon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Try to help the city too.
Because for a second I was like, what the hell? Okay. Time to go right to Wed.
I also noticed too, after you're done with the lizard hunt mission, that's when Miles starts leaving at the end of crimes and not sticking around to like give you a high five or a hug or a point or anything. Because you have to get like to a certain part in the game. There are some parts where Peter like first gets the black suit where Miles will still shake your hand or give you a hug or something, but later on after the mission where you go to Connor's house, that's when he starts leaving during the crimes. Like he'll say, I gotta go.
Huh.
And I tried before I did the mission where Harry shows up in like that Agent Venom looking suit. Before I did that, I tried going around to some different crimes to see if he would show up to help me, and he never did.
Alright.
So just heads up on that.
Nice.
Because I was trying to test that like theory from that video that I watched where Agent Venom will show up during the crimes and fight with you, and he never showed up.
You know, I think being the symbiote surge mode, it kind of enhances your web shots a little bit for some reason.
Yeah, because I kind of noticed that.
I'm just now
I guess it's because when he activates the symbiote surge, he's supposed to be like a stronger fighter, like deal more like damage in a sense.
Well, yeah, I mean, it does make him look like more of a brawler than a acrobat, so...
Plus, people pointed out too that he uses more than just like kicks in this game when he fights. Like, it's not like the first game where he's primarily using just kicks all the time.
Yeah.
Because in this game he kind of switches it up, he uses different stuff for his attacks.
Yeah. Well, someone did do like a video analyze, see how many fighting styles does Insomniac Spider-Man knows, and I might as well suggest, hey, can you do an updated version, especially now with Marvel Spider-Man 2 being out, and then you might as well
I might have missed something, but I noticed that Miles is kind of still fighting the same from his game, unless I missed something.
No, he's got new takedowns, but then again, Miles has been Spider-Man for at least, what, 2 years now compared to Peter, who's been active for 10 years?
Yeah, either 2.5 or...
No, Peter says 10 years when you get to Midtown, so technically that counts for him. He's been Spider-Man active for 10
so then
years.
They should have just said that then, because I remember before the game came out, they said it was only a couple months after Miles Morales. They might as well just say it's been a year.
Yeah.
But then again, they probably wanted us to figure it out when we play the game.
Yeah, which they need to stop doing that, but anyway. But yeah, I think it would make sense to have Carnage as DLC in this game, because I think it'd be kind of stupid to have it in the third game, because, like...
You feel like there's already going to be enough with potentially Norman or Harry becoming the Green Goblin.
It's Norman!
And also the return of Dr. Otto Octavius in some shape or form.
Yeah, well... Dude, they're not gonna make Harry the main bad guy again. That'd be retelling the fucking same story. So, no, it's
or
just...
like people were saying they could do an identity crisis thing.
Yeah, well...
I don't know if that's what they're going to do.
Well, it's not like Norman would be that psychotic of putting his son in the active field of Green Goblin. I mean, he's not...
But then again, he is desperate to... I guess you could say he's still somewhat desperate to do anything to save his son.
Yeah, that's different. He's not gonna, like, try to frame him for his goblin criminal like, Spectacular Spider-Man, Norman.
Because at the end of the game, you hear Norman say, like, get the juice serum ready.
Yeah, I know, that means Green Goblin, but it just makes sense for Norman to be Green Goblin at this point, because he has a hatred for... I don't understand why he has a hatred for both Spider-Man. It just makes sense if he has that for, like, Peter's Spider-Man, because, like...
Because I guess the reason he hates Peter's Spider-Man is because there's that part in the game where he tells him, like, save my son, like, and then Peter says, like, don't worry, sir, and then, like, he pats him on, like, the shoulder.
Okay.
So I guess he blames Peter's Spider-Man mainly for what happened to Harry at the end of the game.
Yeah, well, technically, he did manage to save Harry. I mean, he had to somewhat accidentally kill him to stop Venom, but Miles brought him back, so you should be fucking grateful, you piece of shit.
Yeah, because I thought it was kind of weird how, even though Miles brought him back, like, you could clearly see brought him back, when they bring him to, like, the ambulance at the end of the game, Norman says, like, what did you do? Like, and he's all angry at him. It's like, why are you angry at him if they technically didn't kill your son?
Yeah.
Because Miles brought him back, so. And then he goes to Dr. Otto Octavius to try to find out, like, who the identity of the Spider-Men are, but then Otto just says, we all have to lose sometime, Norman, even you.
So, therefore, Otto did meant to, what he said to Peter at the end of the main story, your secret will be safe with me, so, like...
Yeah, because even though Norman went to him to figure out who the identity of the Spider-Men are, Otto didn't tell him, he just said, we're all meant to lose, even you, Norman. Because he was talking about how he lost Harry, I'm guessing.
Well, yeah, but Harry's still technically alive, it's just...
So I guess Norman's just going crazy already.
Well, we'll see. He started destroying stuff in his son's room with that new cane, so that's kind of the hint of, fuck you, Spider-Man, you ruined my family. But then
So far,
again,
we haven't really seen, unless I missed something across the games, we haven't really seen the spider people do anything that bad to Norman throughout the games, unless I missed stuff, like I said.
well, that's why I want the prequel comic to maybe answer more, but then again, I could be wrong.
Because why would Norman hate, why would Norman hate Peter Spider-Man when at the end of the first game, when Otto threw him off the top of Oscorp Towers, Spider-Man saved him, so...
Yeah. Well, then again, he's still trying to figure out how come Spider-Man's powers are working. Like, maybe he knows that the Spider Project was still from Oscorp because Spider-Man existed, but he doesn't know who he is. Because, like MJ said, it's weird that Norman has a file on how Peter's powers technically work right now. But then again, it's Norman's fault for turning Harry into Venom because of that conversation he was having with Peter.
Yeah, kind of, if you think about it.
There's a blockade.
Yeah, because, and the worst part, Harry was listening to that, like...
So he kind of got his own son to kind of, like, have jealousy, like, towards Peter.
Yeah, but Harry still cared for Peter. Like, he was even still trying to fight the Venom's influence to try to hurt him. But still.
We gotta take him down.
That was kind of messed up, though, when Norman told, like, Peter, I'm proud of, like, the man that you've become.
Yeah, and say, you're like the son, like another son to me or something like that, which is kind of fucked up. What the? Stop.
Because he had to have known that Harry was standing there.
And of course there's a glitch with the climbs. I hate when that happens. Anyway.
There've been so far no trick-or-treaters, because I haven't heard the doorbell ring at all or anything.
I will say I'm not a big fan of the green design suit for the anti-Ock color scheme. Like, why did you give Peter a green design suit? Like, why? And after anti-Ock, I have the Elect Knight suit, which I will just do another live stream setup after I'm done with this one. And just a little reminder, ladies and gentlemen, when I get to the Last Hunt suit, that live stream is gonna be called Last Hunt and... Last Hunt and Most Dangerous Game Suit, because Peter and Miles' suits are just identical with the same color palette, so it just makes sense to just do it on Peter, so I don't need to redo it on Miles. Because, like, what's the point? There's not a difference between the Most Dangerous Game Suit for Miles compared to Peter, because they look identical.
Yep, and now it's snowing again for me right when you finish that sentence.
Oh, really?
Yep, because it was snowing early this morning, and now it's snowing again for me. It just started right now. So that means we're getting snow on Halloween.
Oh, hey! I didn't know you were around.
That's the way I like.
Which I don't remember happening too often. It's funny, now people are making videos that they think there's no point on us getting a Miles Morales 2 game.
Why is that?
Because they're saying we technically already got a Miles Morales 2, because if you count Miles' side missions during the main story, they said that's basically like if we got a Miles 2.
Yeah, well, we can get a Miles game that's set after Marvel Spider-Man 2 and DLC stories, because technically Miles looks like he's gonna be flying solo for a time being, again.
Yeah, and it would be kind of interesting to see, like, what goes on with, like, Cindy Moon in the Insomniac universe.
Wait, oh yeah, Silk, yeah.
Because now that we know that she was introduced in the after credits scene, now people want to know more, like, what her character's gonna be like.
Yeah. Plus, I doubt they're gonna do the thing where her and Peter got bitten by the same spider, and then she has a pheromone thing that makes him want to fuck her, because, like, he's totally committed with MJ, so...
Yeah, because that was what Gamers said he hopes they don't do. He was complaining about it.
Well, then when does he not bitch a lot?
Because he was saying that's why he doesn't like Silk, because of that reason, because Peter wants to, you know.
Well, A, it's not Peter's fault. Second, we weren't expecting a new character that got bitten by the same spider as him, and then she has a pheromone ability. I mean, Marvel keeps surprising us with shit.
Trying to brand people out in the open. This want an audience for this.
Let's just be happy that Insomniac knows how to write sequels, so.
Yep, so that means the third game is gonna be even greater. Now, hopefully they don't make us wait an entire fucking year for new information. Because I could probably see they got a lot of hate mail from saying, can you guys just give us new fucking information already? Like, I understand stuff take a while to develop, but, oh, it's a fucking...
Especially it might take a while for Marvel Spider-Man 3 now if it doesn't come out on the PS5.
It's going to... Like, the PS5 has been out for, like, what?
Because some people are making videos already on that, too, that they think Marvel Spider-Man 3 will be on the PlayStation 6.
It's gonna be on PS5, fuckers. Dude, it'd be too fucking soon to have another PlayStation system. The PS5 hasn't been out long enough. It's been out for like, what?
Plus, there's still a lot I feel like they can do with the PS5.
Yeah, so... People who think the third game's gonna be out on PS6, please shut the fuck up.
Let's just be happy with what we got now.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how they could make the game look better. It already looks best it could, like, graphically.
Yeah.
And we gotta wait to see if what the DLC will be for Marvel Spider-Man 2.
Yep. Plus, I
know
got...
some people think it'll involve the Flame, aka Cletus Cassidy, but we need to wait and find out more.
Yep.
And then Insomniac did say that they'll consider making a Venom game as long as, like, the fans want it, so... That you heard me right, people speak up and tell me you want a Venom game, so we get it.
Well, I find that very hard to believe, especially that Venom has been fucking murdered in this game, so...
Yeah, but they could always do another thing where, like, a fragment of the symbiote survived or something.
I guess, but then who's gonna be Venom in the spinoff? Harry still? Or are they gotta make it Eddie Brock? Or make it fucking...
Maybe Eddie Brock just to please the fans that weren't happy with Eddie not being in this game in Marvel Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, but here's...
I don't really remember them mentioning Eddie at all throughout the whole game.
Well, no, because there's nothing mentioned in the Bugle, so...
Man, people really don't appreciate you enough.
But I mean, I like a Venom game, but like they said, they want to wait to see like how the feedback on Marvel Spider-Man 2 is.
Well, right now, Marvel Spider-Man 2's feedback is pretty good. I mean, especially that it's the fast-selling game of this year. I mean, it made $2.5 million after...
Well, 2.5 million copies, not dollars.
Well, you fucking know what I meant. Shut up.
But still, within 24 hours of its release, it sold 2.5 million copies. So that means on the day it came out on October 20th, it sold 2.5 million copies within that first day. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna make either another spin-off game or maybe a DLC and a spin-off game. They're probably gonna be working on some stuff.
Yeah.
Before Marvel Spider-Man 3.
Yeah. New York City, thank you, Spider-Man.
And you can't deny it would be cool to have like some sort of a Venom like spin-off game.
I'm not saying what would be. You know, actually, here's another thing that Insomniac Venom did not seem to do. He did not very much use any abilities to Spider-Man at all. Like, you didn't even see him use fucking webs.
Yes, I guess their take was different, like they kept saying, because He didn't use the same stuff that we're used to Venom using.
I guess the way his fighting style was, he was kind of like Ultimate Venom if you think about it.
Or like people were pointing out, he kind of reminded them of the Tom Hardy movie Venom a little bit.
Yeah. Oh. Get ready for November 3rd next month because Spider-Man Far From Home's getting added onto Disney+.
Okay, so I'll be interested to see if they add in the version that comes with the cut scenes or if it's just the normal theatrical version.
I did say Far From Home, not No Way Home, sorry.
Yeah, you said Far From Home, yeah.
Okay.
Because Far From Home's not on Disney Plus yet, I don't think.
No, it's not. They only have Homecoming.
So that means we'll have, by the time Far From Home's added on there, we'll have all 3 of the Tobey movies, both Andrew, and then 2 of the Tom Holland out of 3.
Yeah, we just need the 3rd one, and then we need the Venom sequel, too.
And then maybe eventually Into and Across the Spider-Verse if they can do that.
Yeah, well, we just have to wait and see. Well, it might take a while for Across, especially it just got added on Netflix today.
But they might as well put Into on there at some point on Disney Plus.
Yeah,
that's been out for like years.
Yeah, I know, I'm just saying. Let's see. Alright. Let's go.
I'm still confused with how the most recent episode of Loki was supposed to end.
Yeah, well, we just have to wait tomorrow and then Thursday itself for the episode 5, and then we got 1 episode left of Loki.
Yep, because I'm curious to see how the season will wrap up, especially with how the 4th episode ended.
Yeah.
Because that didn't look good at the end of the 4th episode.
It did not. Alright, after this crime, I'll end the live stream here, and then make another one on the Arachnite suit.
Cloaking tech kinda let you down today, yeah, fellas?
Yeah, I'm guessing we won't get many trick-or-treaters then if it's technically snowing out and also cold.
Yeah.
Unless parents are like kind of stupid enough to take their kids out in the snow.
You'd be surprised. I mean, I went out trick-or-treating one time when it was raining, so...
I'm actually not a fan of VTOL. Mind if I get rid of it?
Get out of here, you fucking turret.
Nice to know even
Yeah, because I was kind of interested to hear like what some of Peter's dialogue was like when his personality starts to change during the